Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about factors affecting concentration of ions that we find in natural waterways like lakes and rivers. We're going to go through and list out some of the specific things that are going to affect what ions we find and in what concentration. So the first thing that's going to influence what ions we find is the rock and soil type. As the water makes its way through the environment, it passes through different rocks and soil. So depending on exactly what minerals are present, different ions will appear in different concentrations. For example, limestone contains a lot of carbonate and calcium ions, which is what we would find in the water. The next thing is the solubility of different compounds in water. Not every mineral or not every ion is equally soluble, so that's going to influence just how much will dissolve as the water passes through. Next is the amount of water that infiltrates the soil. What's the rainfall like? What's the geography of the land like? What sort of environment does that water pass through? How much exposure does it have to the ions and minerals that are in that soil and in those rocks? Because that will influence just how much dissolves and how much travels through the body of water over time. Evaporation, because as more water evaporates, the amount of salt in that body concentrates. And so if it's subject to a lot of evaporation, the concentration becomes very high. This is what happens in the Dead Sea, for example. As the water runs downhill and it collects in that lake and it evaporates, that the salt there concentrates to very, very high levels, much higher than in most other systems. And lastly, we also have acidity being a factor because certain metal ions and certain metal compounds will dissolve more effectively in water that is slightly acidic compared with water that is neutral. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.